Hey guys, this is Geraldine Steven here. Thank you so much for returning to my channel. And I wanted to talk to you in regards to an article that I read on CNN. It's regarding New York's tackling the largest measles outbreak in the state in recent history. I know that on social media I see a lot of people always talking about how it's really terrible to vaccinate your children because it brings in, it causes them harm. And I really thought about that. Of course, I vaccinated my child, and I've been vaccinated also. So I just didn't want to take a chance. I wanted to vaccinate my son and make sure that he can go to school and be protected against diseases like the measles and the mumps and whatever other viruses is out there that a lot of people have died from. But one of the things that concerned me was that now New York State is tackling the largest measles outbreak in history, as cases are spiking globally, not just here in the United States and in New York City, but around the world. And let's begin with the article. It says here that a measles outbreak in New York has been called the largest in the state's recent history. And it's occurring at a time when there has been spikes in measles cases globally. Since the outbreak emerged in September, measles has been diagnosed in at least 112 people across Rockland and Orange counties, and at least 55 in New York City, according to the numbers provided by the New York State of City Health Departments this Tuesday that just passed. I will say this is the largest measles outbreak that New York State has had in recent history, claims Dr. Howard Zucker. He's the state commissioner of health. If you go back many decades ago when we weren't vaccinating, of course there were probably more outbreaks, but in my memory, I don't know of a measles outbreak that was this significant. This is what he said. We have immunized 13,000 children since this outbreak has begun. Wow. The outbreak, which emerged after some children were infected on a visit to Israel in September, has particularly affected Orthodox Jewish communities, according to the New York City Health Department. In New York City alone, as of Tuesday, we have 55 cases confirmed in Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. This is concerning. Well, no, because my son is vaccinated, so I'm pretty sure he's immune, said Dr. Jane Zucker, assisting commissioners for the Bureau of Immunization at the New York Health Department. She is of no relation to Dr. Howard Zucker. The largest outbreak in New York City had 58 cases in 2013. She said, "Now I'm certainly hoping that there are no further cases and we won't exceed that 58, but we're still in the middle of the outbreak." So this is ongoing right now. The outbreak continues while there has been a spike in cases both nationwide and worldwide. That's interesting. Many of our cases were travel associated. Nationally, 2018 saw the second highest number of measles diagnoses in more than 2 decades, with 273 cases. In 2015, and an outbreak linked to Disneyland had 147 cases. There were 508 cases reported nationally in 1996, and some previous years saw higher numbers also. In the decades before 1963, when a vaccine became available, nearly all children got measles by the time they were 15, according to the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. It is estimated that 3 to 4 million people in the United States were infected every year. Wow. Then, in 1978, the CDC set a goal to eliminate measles from the United States by 1982. Measles was declared eliminated, defined by absence of continuous disease transmission for greater than 12 months from the United States in 2000. All right. Now, recently there has been a rise in unvaccinated children. So, this is the point that I want to make, because I think social media has brainwashed a lot of people. I know for a fact when I'm on Facebook, especially on Facebook, there's this agenda of constantly of articles coming out saying that don't vaccinate your kids, the vaccines are no good for you, they're causing autism in children, kids have died getting vaccinated. And I see like different doctors coming on making videos saying that vaccines are dangerous to children, not to vaccinate your kids. And I feel that is one of the reasons social media and this agenda of, this agenda of anti-vaccinations. And I feel this is one of the reasons that there's a rise in this, because a lot of people are claiming that they don't want to vaccinate their children. And they can do what they want to do, but my thing is, once it starts hurting other people, that's when the problem comes. And I saw a lot of memes saying, how can vaccines harm vaccinated children? No, it's not harming vaccinated children. It's hurting unvaccinated children. That's the problem. This rhetoric of, don't vaccinate. My child is not getting vaccinated. I'm trying to live off, the grid and, all this conspiracy theories. Actually, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think it's just harming the overall population for those that are not getting vaccinated. So, and this is proof, So, recently, according to the article, there has been a rise in unvaccinated children. That's my point. And I feel that social media has pushed that agenda. A CDC report released in October said that the proportion of children receiving no vaccine doses by 2 years old rose from 0.9% among those born in 2011 to 1.3% among those born in 2015. And we're in 2018, so you can just imagine that number has probably risen by now. Now, it says in the article, in general, the CDC recommends that people get the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, or MMR, to protect against those viruses. The typical recommendation are that children should get 2 doses of MMR vaccine. The first at 12 to 15 months of age, and then the second at 4 through 6 years of age. Measles is a highly contagious disease that is transmitted by sneezing and coughing, as well as direct contact with an infected person, according to the CDC. Symptoms include fever and a rash, usually lasting several days. Infected people are contagious from 4 days before through 4 days after the rash appears. Young children and pregnant women are among those at highest risk for severe complications, which can lead to death. For every 1,000 children who get the measles, 1 or 2 will die from it, according to the CDC. The CDC recommends that everyone, including infants 6 to 11 months old, should be vaccinated before international travel. Many of our cases were travel associated. So a lot of the cases is because they traveled, came back, and wherever it is that they went to, they got the disease. According to Dr. Zane Zucker said of New York City. Wow. So unvaccinated children had acquired their infection overseas. So they didn't get vaccinated, and because they decided, I don't want to vaccinate my children, but then they decided to travel to other countries, and when they traveled to another country, they got infected and then brought it back here to the United States. All right. So there are large outbreaks in many countries in Europe, as well as a very large outbreak in Israel. And so people need to be protected before they travel. When a large percentage of the population is vaccinated, herd immunity will protect against the spread of the disease amongst the unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, including babies. The increase in measles cases in Orthodox Jewish communities of Brooklyn demonstrates the importance of getting children vaccinated on time to prevent measles and not to put other children at risk. New York City Acting Health Commissioner Dr. Osiris Bot said in a statement in November. The health department continues to strongly recommend unvaccinated individuals to get vaccinated now, especially before traveling internationally. If your child develops a rash or a fever, contact your physician immediately and keep them home from school or childcare. This is crazy. It's 2018 and people don't want to vaccinate their kids. Alright, so overwhelming and scary and unexpected. So according to the article, unvaccinated travelers can quickly share the illness when they arrive in the United States, especially if they are part of a community that has low vaccination rates. Okay. The common scenario with measles because of the U.S. has eradicated the illness in the past. Most index cases are brought in from less controlled areas. So, the United States eradicated the illness. Then the agenda went out to now vaccinate your kids. So, people are now vaccinating their kids. And then not only they're not vaccinating their kids, but they're taking them overseas. They're catching the disease overseas and then bringing it to the United States, and they're infecting the ones that are unvaccinated here in the US. And obviously it's a whole bunch of them because now it's a big outbreak. The highest that the United States has seen in a while. Great. Alright, so there are ongoing outbreaks of measles in Israel, Ukraine, Italy, Moldova, and Colombia, among several other countries. Those are some of the countries that there's a big outbreak also. Alright, so I don't want to read this whole article, but you got the gist. You got the gist of it. So, I don't know what to say. Like, this is crazy. Everybody, gets on social media. That there's, I mean, I can honestly say, and this is my opinion, I really believe that there is an agenda to depopulate the planet. And it's not something really that, I believe, I should say. It's something that I know. I mean, there's articles upon articles of big multi-billionaire globalists that are talking about, population control is either done through sterilization. You know what I'm saying? God knows what governments around the world do to populations in order to get them to not increase. And it's a shame that, I understand that there's a lot of issues with autism, and I'm pretty sure that there are valid reasons why people believe that vaccinating your children, causes harm. I'm pretty sure that has happened. I'm not saying no, but what I'm saying is that, who's to say that also that this narrative is being pushed also to get a whole bunch of people sick? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, there's pros and cons. There's a lot of people on one side saying there's no basis for people to say that not vaccinating your kids, is gonna help them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you don't vaccinate your kids, this is my opinion, you're causing more harm to them than helping them. Because you're putting them out into the world defenseless. As they get older, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to travel and look, you go to different countries, they might contract diseases out there like it's happening now. The United States eradicated this and now it's coming back up. Why? 2 of the kids that are not vaccinated. So obviously that's telling you that you need to get your children vaccinated. It's so irresponsible for a parent not to, in my opinion. So let me know what you think. I mean, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is actual proof. I mean, that there is a rise in people. There's a measles outbreak and people are dying. And this is a disease that was eradicated in the United States and it's coming back up because people are not vaccinating their children. I don't understand. Tell me, enlighten me. If you feel I'm wrong about this, leave a comment. Maybe you know something that I don't know. But, I always, growing up, I got vaccinated. I didn't contract these diseases, and neither did my son, and neither did a lot of other people. Maybe someone that got vaccinated and something happened to their children. I don't know. But from what I see, from what the facts are showing, that there's an outbreak worldwide. And especially here in the United States, and it's crazy because they have eradicated it. So let me know what you think. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I should be on pretty soon with my next video, but thank you so much for watching this one, and you have a great day. Bye bye now.